Good morning, students. Today we are going to start our third chapter, Indian Constitution, Part 12, and Introduction. The Constitution of India is the supreme law of India. The document lays down the framework, democratic, fundamental political code, structure, procedures, powers, and duties of government institutions and set out the fundamental rights, directive principles, and the duties of citizens. It is the longest written constitution of any country on earth. B.R. Ambedkar, chairman of the drafting committee, is widely considered to be its chief architect. It embodies constitutional supremacy and was adopted by its people with a declaration in its preamble. Parliament cannot override the constitution. It was adopted by the Constituent Assembly of India on 26th November 1949 and became effective on 26th January 1950. The Constitution replaced the Government of India Act of 1935 as the country's fundamental governing document, and the domination of India became the Republic of India. To ensure constitutional authority, its framers replaced prior acts of the British Parliament in Article 395. India celebrates its constitution on 26th January as Republic Day. The constitution declares India a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, assuring its citizens justice, equality, and liberty, and endeavors to promote fraternity. The original 1950 constitution is preserved in a helium-filled case at the Parliament House in New Delhi. The words secular and socialist were added to the preamble in 1976 during the emergency. In 1928, the All Parties Conference convened a committee in Lucknow to prepare the Constitution of India, which was known as Nehru Report. Most of the colonial India was under British rule from 1857 to 1947. From 1947 to 1950, the same legislation continued to be implemented as India was a dominion of Britain for these 3 years, as each princely state was convenienced by Sardar Patel and B.P. Menon to sign the Articles of Integration with India, and the British government continued to be responsible for the external security of the country. Thus, the Constitution of India repealed the Indian Independence Act 1947 and the Government of India Act 1935 when it became effective on 26th January 1915. India ceased to be a dominion of the British crown and became a sovereign democratic republic with the constitution. The constitution came into force on 26th November 1949 and became effective on 26th January 1950. Introduction to the chapter Indian Constitution. Haley, Priyanshi, and Sachin are watching the final match of World Cup of 2011 on TV with their parents. An exciting match is going on between India and Sri Lanka. Who will win the World Cup, India or Sri Lanka? Sri Lanka had put up a challenging target for India to achieve, but with the fearless batting of the Indian captain Mahendra Singh Dhoni, India won the World Cup. Everyone was rejoicing in victory. Haley said to her mother while watching TV, Mummy, the previous match between England and India resulted in a tie. What does that mean? Neither Ben said, Haley, for a popular game like cricket, the ICC has systematically formed rules. A tie in a match means that both the teams have an equal score. Even the games like football, hockey, kabaddi, etc. have their own set of rules. If a game has so many rules, then to run the administration of a populous nation, we surely require well-framed rules. We know that we are familiar with the different type of rules and regulation. In school, we have rules. In our society, we have rules. In our home also we have rules. Then why we need rules? Its answer, why we need rules: all rules and regulations are designed to protect the lives of all individuals. These guidelines show a community member what is right to do and to what extent. As times go, new rules are needed or old ones are changed in order to fit the present state of the society. In the same way, a country need different type of rules or laws to maintain its citizens. So we need some rules to maintain a good standard of living in our country. Constitution provides a basic set of rules and regulations for smooth functioning of administrative system. It also gives rights and duties to the citizens. It clearly mentions utmost goals of the nations. It is the source of power to both the state and the central government, which are limited so that no government attain absolute power. That is why we need a constitution. A constitution serves as a set of rules and principles that all persons in a country can agree upon as the basis of the way in which they want the country to be governed. The constitution also spells out the ideals the citizen believe that their country should uphold. That is why we need a constitution. We need a constitution to control its citizen and ensure a good standard of living to them. A constitution helps serve as a set of rules and principles that all persons in a country can agree upon as the basis of the way in which they want the country to be governed. The constitution also spells out the ideals the citizens believe that their country should uphold. That is why we need a constitution. Preamble of our constitution. The preamble is an introductory statement in a constitution which states the reasons and the guiding values of the constitution, significance of the preambles. It includes various values, principles, aim and objective of the constitution. The term sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, republic in the preamble suggests the nature of the state, the ideals of the justice, liberty, equality, fraternity reflects the objective of the constitution. It also contains November 26, 1949 as the date of adoption of the Indian Constitution. It contains the philosophy on which the entire Constitution has been built. It provides a standard to examine and evaluate any law and action of government. The word republic in the preamble indicates that India has an elected head through indirectly elected. The Indian president is the choice of the people of India. The preamble secures to all citizens equality, of states and opportunity in civic and political. A systematic compilation of set of rules to run the government of a country is known as the constitution of the country. Constitution can be in written or unwritten form. Our constitution starts with the preamble. A systematic compilation of set of rules to run the government of a country is known as constitution of that country. It may be written or unwritten form. Constitution means the basic principles and laws of a nation, state or social group that determine the powers and duties of the government and guarantees certain rights to the people. This is about the introduction about Indian Constitution. In next class, we can study more about Indian Constitution and how it formed and which are the values following, which are the salient features of the Indian Constitution.